The SADC and AU observer mission heads have presented damning preliminary reports on Zimbabwe's general election. While they describe the polls as generally peaceful, they've noted that the election fell short of the SADC Principles and Guidelines on the elections. At the back of that feedback, the ruling ZANU-PF party has called for a press conference. Newzroom Afrika's Audrey Chimwanda is at the ZANU-PF headquarters and joins us there live in Harare. A very good afternoon to you. Some loopholes, some discrepancies identified there. We understand that ZANU-PF will be holding a press conference or has already held a press conference. What's the latest?
Paul, it's a battle of press conferences within the past couple of days here in Harare from the two leading parties in this election. A few days ago, we had the CCC party leader, Nelson Chamisa, holding a couple of press conferences chastising the electoral process held by the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission. Now, in an unprecedented move, the ruling party, ZANU-PF, has called for another press conference less than 24 hours from the one that they held just last night at 10 p.m. Of course, this comes at the back of that preliminary report from AU and SADC observer missions. We heard the head of those missions giving a rather scathing feedback with how this electoral process was held. While we have not been given the agenda of this press conference, we expect either the SG or the National Party spokesperson to address this press conference, and we'll be giving you the latest details coming from that as soon as it starts.
As that is all set to get underway, what is your observation on the sort of climate around you and what residents and community members have to say?
So in the morning, a couple of roads were barricaded by the police because there were pockets of protests that were happening in the CBD. And this is a stark difference from what we saw during the voting days, that's on Wednesday and Thursday, where the environment was very calm and peaceful. But it appears the reaction that we're getting from these observer mission reports seems to have ignited some kind of reaction, not only from the citizens, if you just look at the reactions on social media, even from the ruling party itself, ZANU-PF. We've seen some government officials actually from their verified accounts reacting to this preliminary observer mission report from SADC and AU. Of course, this again, a lot of firsts in this election. SADC giving such a report. I think the last time we had anything close to this kind of feedback was back in 2002, when then that violence happened during the election with the MDC and ZANU-PF supporters clashing in a deadly event. So we are just waiting to hear what the ruling party has to say. But if anything that we're seeing from their reactions on social media is anything to go by, we kind of have a sense of how this will go.
Yeah. Absolutely. Audrey Chimwanda at the ZANU-PF headquarters in Harare in Zimbabwe, of course. Thank you very much. Giving us a sense of what's happening there in the wake of elections in Zimbabwe. We will continue, of course, to keep a very close eye on the developments in Zimbabwe.